Oh wait, maybe it's actually in the house. No. Okay. Oh, control's letting me down here a little bit.
I think one of the things is that the runes, as far as I see them right now, are not really related to what they mean in Norse. To what you have to look for.
What do you mean?
So what I mean is that so while the one thing may mean day and the other one may mean ride, it's not really helping out what they actually mean. You just have to look for the forms.
Yeah.
So I can give you a little tip. Now remember that one of them is up on the second level of the roof of a house somewhere. If I remember correctly.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Oh wait, you actually have to look for the R here. Okay. Well.
Yeah, so if you see symbols popping up, that's where you have to start looking for them.
Yeah, I know that, but
I think this one was pretty hard, even where you were standing near them. I'm gonna help you out a little bit even more. Look to your right, if I remember correctly. Let's see.
there should be a roof, I guess.
I remember this one being pretty hard, this phase already. I think, if I remember correctly, one of them had to do with one of the trees, but I don't remember. If
Yeah, I guess that's the other one. But I'm not seeing this one.
I mean, there you go. I mean, it's getting ever sort of more focused. So best. I mean, you're clearly not there yet, but this is probably where you should be looking at. In the fire in front of you. Could be it.
This fire here?
Yeah, there's a bit of fire over there. I think if you stay in view, Klein.
Yeah, I'm
Get back to your spot.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, so red actually means that you're close or something? If the sign is getting red?
Down there, apparently. No, according to Chip. I don't think so.
Yeah, but down.
Yeah.
Going down. Not from here.
It's one of these things that once you've done it, you're like, oh, of course.
Yeah. Like, yeah, this makes sense. Well, I hope you guys are having a great time, viewers.
They've already spotted it like 20 times already.
Sure.
No, just kidding. There's, by the way, there's a rune stone to your back, huh? Have you already?
Yeah, we already picked that.
Oh, you already went through that one. I'm gonna try and help you out by looking very intensely. So, Krijn, I think I see it. I think I see what Chilla meant. But this is not the right perspective.
Because you Googled it.
No, because I see it on the floor. He was talking about like a fire on the floor, embers, glowing embers. So look back now. Look back.
Oh, wait, this.
Yeah, there we go. I can hear Chilla in my mind, Keda in my mind right now. Yes.
Yes.
Finally.
That's what I said. On the ground, in the fire.
Finally, these guys.
Thank you, Silla. This must be it. And then from where? From here, I guess, or?
From up top, yeah.
Go on. I'm not hurting you. Wait, should I turn around a little bit more or whatever? Because
No,
she's
go
not.
where you were before.
Yeah, but she's not responding to my controls anymore.
Well, that I do not know about.
Because now I'm walking straight, so I should be turning more like this.
Oh, sorry. You know why it also could be the case?
No, I
Because
I was
the
just
controllers
turning.
cannot see you anymore. Yeah, there you go.
There we are.
There we are. Finally.
Get in. Okay.
What do you think of this part of the game, Krijn? I mean, literally these types of puzzles.
I actually like it. Looks like I'm annoyed, and I'm also really a little bit annoyed, but I like this sort of challenge.
Yeah, me too.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it does. As long as it's mixed up with other stuff, it's good.
Yeah.
So I already gave you a little heads up. There we go. No, I think that there are kind of moments where you can just walk around and you don't really hear too many voices at the same time. You can just also literally take a bit of a breather.
Yeah.
And at the same time still really explore this super cool area. Alright, what's gonna happen next?
I'm gonna open this gate.
And then you're not that scared anymore, are you, Krijn?
No, actually, after playing for an hour or something, it's getting more normal, I'd say.
You mean you understand the psychosis a little bit better now?
Yeah, it feels like...
it feels like you're settling into the
it
mind
feels
of a
like,
psychotic British
exactly.
woman.
Just a normal day.
Normal day at the office for you. You have to follow the crumbling pieces.
Nope.
Oh, not so nice. Oh, horrible.
I'm definitely not gonna make it in time then.
No, I don't think so. Or maybe you will. Going broad. Oh, making it extra spicy.
She's ready.
Oh, nice dodge. I didn't see that one coming.
Behind you.
Oh.
Behind you.
They're getting stronger.
Yep.
You're close.
Made it!
Made it.
Has collapsed. Good. Let it collapse, and have the courage to shed your tears. Raise your world to the prime!
My world is dead.
Only then, as with a newborn, will you see the world anew.
I'm getting a bit tired though.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, you've played quite a bit of it already.
I mean, you have played this game before. Is there something really interesting coming up?
I mean, there's these 3 different sections that you're playing through, and I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I think you're getting at the end of the first section. Don't really remember it very particularly. I think there are a couple more fights like this, and then soon enough you'll reach the boss, basically.
What the heck is this?
That, my friend,
Oh,
is
just rotten people, okay.
it's just
Burn people.
just a rotten, just a bit of rotten livestock, and just a bit of a rotten.
There's another gate.
There's another
It gets a bit repetitive though, with all the... You have to find the signs, and then another village, and then fire, and then another...
That was one of the main complaints about this game, is that the puzzles felt a little bit too repetitive.
Yeah.
Tell me truth. How did you escape your darkness?
Senua, once I found my purpose, I was no longer.
But what I really like is the whole. I mean, yes, these are mechanically. This is probably not the best game ever
I could
in
see
terms of game mechanics.
clearly in others.
But in terms of setting and protagonists, I think this is a really a bold choice.
Fire of
And if you think about how often,
during one raid,
if you think about the fact that mental disorder, which is very much, of course, something that is happening to people nowadays, and people that we know, people that we love, people that
left me for dead.
we get to work with,
Maybe they were right.
that have mental disorders.
But
Are
here
you talking about someone specific?
No, just in general, is that we are very aware
I
of
found you in a while.
also, I mean,
I wouldn't
just a
have
couple
known.
of weeks ago, there was this whole kerfuffle about a gaming disorder. Remember? Basically, we are very, relatively speaking, very aware of disorders in this day and age, but we're still often not very aware of how to deal with them, of course. But people must have had all sorts of mental disorders as well in the past. I think I see it. Yeah, it's probably has to do something with the flagpole, right? Or not? Maybe not. Oh, I forgot this one. I don't know really. I mean, it must be somewhere here.
Yeah, obviously, but
Oh, where was it again? There it is. Probably. No.
no, because there's no wood.
Probably if you go
Standing pole
with
or
this
something.
pole, this little pole up here. If you
Yeah,
use it,
this should
there
be.
There it is. There it is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. If we work together, we can. You know, you just need one other voice in your head.
Yeah. The voice of Dr. Random.
A random voice. No, but we don't often consider as archaeologists or historians. Historians a little bit more so because they're much more focused on individual actors sometimes. But the idea of mental disorder in the past, and there are a lot of. So I think one of the game developers, or in fact the historical consultant of this game, actually said that the very iconography of Scandinavia and also the iconography of the Celts in particular, you have a lot of these repeating patterns, these concentric, well not concentric circles, but lots of these intertwining circles and things like that. It could very well be that these patterns, this particular iconography, was given from particular ways of seeing the world that we would nowadays characterize as having a disorder.
Yeah.
And there you go. And often, of course, particularly if we look at iconographies or altered states of being in archaeology as well, or rituals, we think of them as something that our mind could produce as well. Our mind being, you know, suppose that you're not suffering from a disorder, but the type of mind that is whole, is healed. That's maybe not the right way of referring to it, but forgive me, I'm not a psychologist myself. But maybe that's not the right way to look at all these ancient systems of meaning. One of the things that I really remember is that there's this famous set of petroglyphs in the Caribbean.
Oh, wait, I'm going back now.
This is one step back, yeah. I think you just need to find one more.
Yeah.
There's this famous set of petroglyphs in the Caribbean, and one of them is a petroglyph of what has been referred to as an ancestor woman with two birds to her side, or both her sides, and that was about it. So we saw there's this ancestor woman and then there's two birds. But then there was this one archaeologist, I shall not name him here on the stream, who happened to take a bit of mind-altering drugs. And all of a sudden he understood that particular iconography a lot better.
That's interesting.
Because he's all of a sudden made this connection between this has to be a little bit graphic because this is just what it was, with the birds pecking out the vagina of the woman, because this is actually how the first woman was also made, by birds making a vagina out of natural materials. So he immediately made the connection there that they were just actually pecking the vagina of the woman. So it never occurred to anybody to look at it that way, but when he told us, we could all sort of see it, but he could never have. I think it's to your left actually. Now at your back. Back. Yeah. Or is it? Huh? Wait. It must be some. It must be one.
They
of
all
those.
look the same.
They all look the same. They all look the same. This is a particular tough one. Yeah, I agree.
There's not like one pole or something standing out.
It must be here though.
Yeah, obviously.
It has to be one. Has to be a pole that's slightly slanted.
No, it doesn't have to be. It's just part of the roof.
Oh, yes.
Or part of one of these cross beams.
From the outside.
45 angles.
Okay, that says.
Oh,
from
wait.
Yes, of course. Haha. If you.
Oh, that was quite.
That's quite silly of us.
That's quite.
Sometimes you just have to have a different.
Yeah, but I
mind.
didn't see it from the inside either. But now that I see it from the inside, it's kind of apparent. Where I need to go.
There we are.
Oh.
And I think it's pretty cool that in this case they managed to basically make a game by really focusing on this protagonist that had this particular disorder, this psychosis. And that is really what propels the game. And we have to wonder in archaeology, in our past,
Senua,
how these individuals with mental disorders maybe propel some types of societal and cultural systems by themselves as well.
And so can you. Run through the fire. Keep running. Go on. Nothing will stop you. Run, Senua. Run. Through the fire.
Run, Forrest. Oh. I am ablaze. This is not good.
And you're burning a bit.
She's dying. It's him.
Yeah, but I think this is part of the game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This darkness takes everything. Everyone.
Senua, are you sure you want to do this? We can fight this together, side by side. We always do.
This is my battle. I have to face it alone, away from here.
Where will you go?
I don't know.
For how long?
I don't know.
I believe in you. You know that. Just promise me that you will come back to me. I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
I will come back to you. I promise.
Come on.
Spilled the blood of serpents. Take his mark.
Oh,
To that.
And forever be in your
there's a big guy, man.
He's not small.
You destroyed everything. Everyone. But not me. Fight me now.
Oh, that was. What?
Great music.
Yeah. Run.
What's he doing? She's injured. Stop him. Stop him. He's getting stronger. Stop him right now.
I think I have to stay behind one of those.
Whoops.
Whoopsie daisy. You just have to figure out and it's a little bit more. Something about these rooms, huh? I don't really know.
You just have to go in.
Yeah? Well,
if I remember correctly.
that's not really effective, Angus.
No, I think you still have to go and hit him. It's been a while. Have completely filled up, you can also go into slow mode. I wonder what the song says. Kaden says it is in Swedish. Slow mode.
I don't even know how that works.
I thought it was part of
this?
There you go. That's how it works.
Go, run away.
Every time. Yeah, baby. Yeah, buddy. Cool. Well, not really cool, but
hot.
For every battle won, a greater battle takes its place. And so it goes. Until we fall. And in the end, we all fall. Even the gods have their time. Yet we still go on. Why?
I made a promise, and I will go to hell to keep it.
I die free, knowing you will carry my stories with you. I have fulfilled my quest.
Yes, you have.
When the darkness comes, I vow to guide you in this life and the next to fulfill yours.
Then I will see you in hell.
Be ready to face horror in the eye, as I have, to find your answers, your quest, your truth.
I think this is a nice moment to wrap up.
Exactly, with this uplifting last bit of video. Maybe you want to wrap up. If you want, you can take off the goggles, and if you put it on pause. Oh, actually, it's pausing by itself now. Okay, that's great. That was pretty intense, Rijn. So, your thoughts?
I liked it.
You liked it?
I liked it very much, but for some reason I liked it more in the beginning, when I was still a bit overwhelmed with the setting and the atmosphere and the voices, and you know, playing the game, you sort of get into it and get used to it a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the fighting also detracts it a little bit.
You think so?
Yeah, Well, I mean, it's nice that it is there because you need a bit of action.
Yeah.
But after a while, you sort of get used to it, and then it gets more like a normal action RPG, I guess.
Yeah, I could definitely see that you knew your way around the combat quite well, because that went relatively fluently. Yeah, I think so. I love this game, as I said, not so much for its mechanics, although I do think that the mechanics there are certain mechanics that are really well done in terms of the tone of the game. So the puzzles, the black spot on your arm,
Yeah.
the way that background story is told, that sort of stuff. But I mean, mostly for just the protagonist and the setting, and how interesting the game is, while it's still something that is clearly so flawed about somebody with a psychosis that and about a reality around you that you don't really know what's real or not. So I think that's excellently done in this game.
Yeah, that is excellently done.
Yeah, and I think I mean, I haven't played it in VR myself yet, so I think if you play this game in VR, it's even better than for me it was on the PlayStation 4. And I just want more games like this, especially on VR, because I mean, compared to other VR apps, because you've played quite a few, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How does this rate for you?
Yeah, but I've played so many different games, like platformers, like I play Elite Dangerous in VR.
Doesn't matter.
I'm giving this for a VR experience. It's 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a really authentic, nice experience, and it's something completely different than I've played before in VR.
Yeah.
I mean, I've played Skyrim VR just for 10 minutes. I don't have it myself, but obviously that's a much different atmosphere, lore. Well, the setting is quite the same.
in a way, yeah.
But it's less horrific, in a sense. It was a real experience. I liked it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm gonna try it as well. Yeah, I think other people that have access to VR should try this. I mean, if
Definitely.
there's one game, I think it's also at the same time you don't. So there was this story, of course, with the developer Ninja Theory being an indie and wanting to make basically A+ indie games. They said it's possible to make A+ indie games. Lots of people basically no. And this is clearly an A+ or whatever, an A round or an AA type of indie game. But now, even if they said that this is what they wanted to do in the industry, now they're part of Microsoft. So although I would say that I'm super curious to see where they will go next, I know that this will not be from this indie atmosphere anymore. And then I hope that a place like Microsoft, I don't have a lot of faith in Microsoft as a sort of place where great ideas are born, but that's me just personally.
Yeah, but it really depends on how their company structure is rooted
I hope
and
that they're gonna
how much say they have.
Left alone and just do what they apparently do very, very well.
Yeah.
Because they made a lot of other games before this as well that were also, I think, quite good. And that they can still make interesting games like this, where there clearly is such a core, strong theme, and that they just iterate on that strong theme throughout the game. It doesn't have to be about the past again. It could be something else. But I would like it, because clearly they have this handled, and I like the fact that they drew in a lot of historical consultants.
Yeah.
That they were very open about the development process as well in their development blogs and videos. I think it's just a really nice example of what an indie game can be, how it can be interesting, how it can be about the past, how it can be about interesting protagonists. So
and about things that are still, current today, like
exactly
psychosis and stuff like
an
that.
experience that is something that we cannot have ourselves if we're not psychotic.
Yeah.
But in a way, this is really what games are for as well, is to give us those experiences that we cannot really touch individually. Or maybe if you have
drugs.
well, maybe.
You were not going to say this, but
No, but maybe if you have mental disorders yourself, then you at least see in this game something that they did it right.
Yeah.
Parts of it. I'm
Yeah.
sure they didn't get everything right, but I'm sure parts of it they got
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty cool too, to see yourself reflected in the game, because you see, these macho, super smart protagonists all the time. Maybe it's nice now and again to have somebody who's just also smart, also macho, but still a very different type of well, not macho, but you know what I mean. Clearly a fighter.
Yeah.
And at the same time, Anyway, cool.
Okay.
I had a lot of fun watching this. You had a lot of fun playing this. I think the stream had a lot of fun helping you with
watching me.
And if you any last words, Gein?
Just get it, I would say. If you have a VR set, and I don't know if you should get it if you have already played the game. I think so. It's a new experience. For that experience alone, I would get it. I think.
I think actually,
but it's the same story, I guess.
If you already have it on the computer, I think you get the VR thing for free. Actually.
Oh, really?
I don't know for sure, but
maybe for a little extra or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Get it again.
Then I would get it definitely, because it's a nice experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Also, do go and to the Interactive Past.
Talking about a nice experience.
Yeah, talking about nice experiences. Do come and join us at Interactive Past in October. Do come and join us at the Culture Arcade, which is about to open in 20 days, more or less. Ooh,
oh, really?
Soon. 21 days. 3 weeks, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. There's already a lot of hype surrounding the Culture Arcade. There's already a lot of hype surrounding Tipsy 2. Fun things are happening. All right, maybe we'll be back tomorrow with a short stream of Culture Arcade sneak preview.
Maybe, but we have a lot of other things to do as well.
We have a lot of other things to do. Otherwise, Emir, not the guy in Hellblade, but Emir, the guy with the beard from Greece, and I are going to be back streaming one more turn of Civilization on Thursday. So that's definitely happening as well.
Okay.
All right. Wave to the camera and say thank you, Krijn.
Bye, people.
Bye.